For the last 2 years, there seems to have been a theme from Nintendo to release their classic products as a mini version of their former selves, coming preloaded with games, released just in time for the Christmas rush as an ideal gift to give to someone that you know or pick up for yourself at the festive period. This trend started with the NES Classic Mini a year ago now and continued this year with the SNES Classic Mini or Super Nintendo Classic Mini Edition. This year that has just released just last week, I believe, maybe the week before. Both consoles were extremely popular, with the NES Classic Mini actually getting the rerun next year and the SNES Mini increasing shipment larger than that would have been expected originally. Nintendo obviously realising the demand for these types of products and increasing supply accordingly. Many people speculated that this could continue later on with an N64 Classic Mini coming maybe next year, however that might not be the case. So it might not be the case that a Nintendo 64 Classic Mini is on its way next year, but some interesting news has surfaced regarding two of these sort of classic mini consoles in the form that Nintendo has actually filed for a patent or a trademark in their native Japan. Now this trademark was released for the Game Boy or the Game Boy Classic Mini. I believe it didn't specifically say Game Boy Classic Mini, but I think it was just more along the lines of Game Boy. So this has come to light with the tweet coming out from a Japanese trademark bot with a picture of a Game Boy and then some obviously information in Japanese giving information about this and the trademark that has been filed in accordance to it. And there's also information listing the patent on the website Japan Platform for Patent Information. So this trademark was filed on September the 15th, again along with an image of a Nintendo Game Boy, the classic version, not the colour version. So the trademark file is not specifically for like a home console or a portable console or like the Game Boy console itself, but it has been filed for like keychains and novelty accessories such as smartphone cases, smartphone covers, key holders, necklaces, watches, just sort of gimmicky gadgets and sort of accessories really are included in the trademark. So it's worth saying at this point, the rumour should be taken with a pinch of salt, maybe. However, with the past sort of history now of the SNES and NES Classic Mini, the same sort of thing happened with them. Maybe, you know, that's a reason to look into the rumour a little bit more than you would otherwise. And for those people hoping the N64 Mini is going to be the one that is coming at some point, well, Nintendo of Europe have filed for a patent for the Nintendo 64 trademark also, which means potentially both of these consoles could be in the works for the upcoming releases. I wouldn't have thought they would have done them at the same time, but maybe within the next 2 years. So if this Nintendo Classic Game Boy Mini does come out, obviously Nintendo look to be pushing the nostalgia brand with a lot of other accessories to go with the mini console if they do decide to launch it. So you might see the phone covers, the accessories, the keychains, all that sort of stuff, and a little bit of a push down memory lane with the sort of the original, the first Nintendo handheld, if you like, that, you know, you put the cartridges in and play games, excluding the Game & Watch obviously at this point. So you probably see more clothing and other stuff as well put out by Nintendo just to sort of, you know, push the nostalgia. They know people love their old sort of stuff, their old games. They sell for quite a lot of money, you know, if you're buying the actual versions of them. So they just want to make some quick money off it again, I guess. Their franchises, their history, their old brands, you know, that's where they've spent years building franchises and, you know, IPs. And that includes their past consoles a lot of the time. And now they're sort of capitalising on it, you could say. So I've got both a NES and a SNES Mini, so yeah, I would like to see a Game Boy Mini added to the collection, as well as a Nintendo 64 if that one came as well. But I'm not sure how a Game Boy Mini would work in the same sort of vein as the other two. I mean, the other two sort of just connect to the TV, they're now in HDMI, they've got preloaded games, you just chuck the controllers on, play it with a player 2, and you're good to go. However, with the Game Boy, you're obviously going to be strictly portable, I would imagine, and obviously just playing that on your own, you've got a little screen. The Game Boy was already quite small, so I'm not sure how much smaller they could make it without reducing the screen size, which sort of would go against the point of the original concept of the portable Game Boy aspect in the first place. I don't think they would want to make the screen that much smaller, to be honest. So maybe they're thinking about connecting that to the TV as well, but then wouldn't those games look a bit pixely on the big screen? Well, I guess time will tell anyway if this does happen. We will all know soon enough. So I guess we just have to wait and see. So leave a comment below, let me know what you think about the prospect of a Nintendo Classic Game Boy Mini. If you think that is something that should come out, or they should just stick to the home consoles and focus on a Nintendo 64 Mini next. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Nintendo content.